First off, this is not my normal video for this week. This is just something that is very serious, and I wanted to talk about it because it's on a platform that I care about very much. Basically, there was a lot of discussion, and what I'm going to call rumors, that Discord is potentially going to be supporting NFTs. And a lot of people might be quick to say, oh, but Ivy, it's already been confirmed. I actually don't agree with that sentiment. I don't think that it has been 100% confirmed because, if you look, sure, Jason Citron, the CEO and founder of Discord, did respond to a not boring post regarding Discord potentially being a Web3 app, and Web3, if you're unfamiliar, is an evolution of Web2, which basically means it will be decentralized. It's what crypto heads would call the blockchain uprising, if you will. The important thing to note here is that the idea of a Web3 app itself is not inherently harmful, and if anything, there are a lot of benefits to be had with it. There is an entirely unrelated discussion to be had about whether, cryptocurrency mining is good, which, your little hint, proof of work is pretty terrible for the environment. But the main point here is that Discord is definitely 100% working on some sort of Ethereum integration with the app itself. I think that accepting cryptocurrency as a means of payment and exchange of services is perfectly legitimate, and moving forward is going to be an important part of internet culture. However, the issue lies in the fact that if this does in fact lead to NFTs, it is going to legitimize them in a way that is very, very bad. What an NFT is basically a token of ownership, and it undoes sort of what is one of the fundamentals of the internet, which is the whole idea that everything online is a commodity of sorts. If you have an image, you can, reproduce that image, you can email it to a friend or post it on Discord, and ultimately, that image is something that is reshared. And although definitely the copyright behind the image can be owned by an individual person, that image itself is something that can be reproduced and generally openly shared. Although again, there is a completely unrelated discussion to be had about the issues with the current copyright system, but Tom Scott has an excellent video on the subject that I really recommend you watch after this one. It is fantastic. I've rewatched it 3 or 4 times. And see, the core issue here is that what NFTs boil down to is essentially either money laundering or a downright scam, because you're not actually purchasing the copyright of something, you are purchasing a token that says you have the ownership of the original copy of that, which, in my personal opinion, is complete and utter total bullshit. Imagine if I bought an NFT for a car. Mind you, not the actual title or ownership of the car, nor do I have to pay any insurance or really in any way buy that car, but I have bought the token that says that I have that car. And I walk up to somebody and I say, that is my car. And they're like, oh, well, can we go drive it? You say, no, it's not actually my car, but I do own that car. And it's just, I understand that I do understand that it is more nuanced than that, and that there are various systems involved, but in principle, the way that NFTs have been implemented in the current era is fucking awful. It's not actually going to be benefiting any artist, it's not going to be benefiting any of the copyright holders, other than making the people that are just taking advantage of it a shitload of money. I'm sure there are going to be some wise dipshits in the comments that are going to be like, oh, but you don't have any NFTs, so therefore you do not really understand the benefits of them. And no, I don't have any NFTs. But see, that's because I don't go on Twitter and believe every third tweet that I read, because I do this little thing called research. If Discord were to implement NFTs, that would unfortunately legitimize them to a massive audience. I'm sure that many people would be protesting, myself included. I am personally not a fan of the idea of that, but if this were to happen, if they, and Reddit, I think Reddit also has a plan that is, again, another discussion to be had, but in short, if these companies were to actually implement these NFT projects, it could potentially be catastrophic to the current state of the already pretty broken copyright system on the internet. It's not going to actually benefit copyright holders because people can and have made fake NFTs. The whole fundamental idea behind an NFT is that it's a non-fungible token. It should be something that is on it should be something that is on a blockchain that there is no authority over. However, that creates 2 issues. The first issue is that you need some way of verifying that an NFT is in fact legitimate and the original copy. You need some sort of governance for that, because as good as machine learning has gotten, it's not good enough for something like that yet. So that's problem A. And problem B is that, if you do have some sort of governance, you're going to need some level of control. And that sort of defeats the entire purpose of an NFT, which is to be a non-fungible token. If there is an entity that can oversee and change any part of that chain, it is not non-fungible. It is fungible. And the reason why I bring that up is because some of the NFT authorities that I've seen popping up do have options for, this could be a copyright issue, this is not DMCA. It's like, that defeats the entire purpose of it. So ultimately, in the current copyright system, in the current world, the modern age of the internet, NFTs do not work, and they will not work. And anybody that has deluded themselves into thinking that is not going to be of any help to the greater internet community. So I'm rightfully fucking angry that a company and a platform that I have stood behind for years might potentially be introducing this. Now, again, I love Discord. I really do. It has been a very integral part of my community. I have friends that work at Discord. Really. They're wonderful people, super intelligent, and I doubt they had any say in this. But please, for the love of God, if anybody that has any authority over this kind of thing sees this, just actually take a minute to read into it and don't buy into the hype, because it's just going to fuck things up further. That's all. Thank you.